Planet Pit is the fifth studio album by the American rapper Pitbull. It was released on June 17, 2011, by Polo Grounds Music, Mr. 305 Entertainment, Sony Music and J Records. Production was handled by a variety of pop and hip-hop producers including David Guetta, RedOne, Dr. Luke, Jim Jonsin, and Soulshock. Musically, the album was created with the goal for every song on the album could possibly be serving as one of single. The album is influenced by Pitbull's childhood years listening to merengue, freestyle, ka, Miami bass, hip-hop and dancehall. The album debuted at number 7 on the Billboard 200, with first week sales of 55,000 copies, becoming Pitbull's highest-charting album in the United States. This was Pitbull's final album for the J Records label, since the label would be discontinued during the summer of 2011. Critical reception: the album has received generally positive reviews from critics. At Metacritic, which assigns a normalized rating out of 100 to reviews from mainstream critics, the album received an average score of 70, based on 12 reviews, which indicates generally favorable reviews. Alison Stewart of The Washington Post gave Planet Pit a favorable review, writing, "His new disc, *OE Planet Pit, dispenses with the idea that pop albums should consist of a few celebrity-packed singles topped off with filler. Every song here is a superstar super-producer collaboration, every song a banger, and referring to the album as its own future greatest hits package." In his review for Us magazine, Ian Drew gave the album 3 out of 5 stars and commented, "If you want a huge pop hit these days, get Pitbull to rap on it." He concluded, "So naturally, the Cuban MC, 30, calls in his own big A-list favors for his latest CD, comprised entirely of pulsating club bangers." Robert Copsey of Digital Spy gave the album 2 out of 5 stars, saying that with another impressive roster of guest vocalists and knob-twiddling boffs on board, there are a few, albeit minor, sparks of joy to be found here, and concluded that Planet Pit for the most part remains the usual mix of headache-inducing house hip-hop and sleazy chat-up lines. The Rolling Stone *S Jody Rosen gave the album 3 out of 5 stars, writing, "There are guest spots by R&B stars and Latin lovers. There are bold-faced rewrites of the Black Eyed Peas' I Got the Feeling, and Eminem's Love the Way You Lie. But there's something charming about Pitbull's enthusiasm, he sounds most like himself when he's promoting his brand." David Jeffries of AllMusic gave the album 4 out of 5 stars, writing, "Solid hooks, polished production, cutting-edge tricks, and a star-studded guest list makes this a blockbuster thrill ride, but the reason Planet Pit retains its sense of fun through repeated listens is the mani unregistered trademark's cool charisma and cheeky attitude," and concluding, "This is a hip-hop-flavored club effort of elephant proportions and another high watermark for the don of pop rapper unregistered trademark's glitter dome." The New York Times critic John Caramanica gave the album a positive review, calling the album the completion of Pitbull's long transformation from crunk-era curio to dance rap star, stating, "The music is ambitious and appealing, surrendering any claim to dignity in favor of huge, swelling progressions and stomping tempos. It also serves as a warning for pop producers, who can now see that media love-friendly dance music once held at arm's length as a scourge of the Europeans can be home for major American stars in a variety of genres." Singles: Hey Baby featuring T-Pain, was released on September 14, 2010 as the album's first single. The song peaked at number 7 on the US Billboard Hot 100, and number 10 in Canada and Australia. Give Me Everything featuring Ne-Yo, Afrojack and Nia, was released on March 18, 2011 as the album's second single. The song peaked at number 1 on the US Billboard Hot 100, in the UK and Canada, number 2 in Germany, France, Spain, Australia, and number 4 in Italy. Reign Over Me featuring Marc Anthony, was released on July 19, 2011 as the album's third single. The song peaked at number 30 on the US Billboard Hot 100, number 1 in Spain, number 2 in France, number 7 in Germany and Canada, and number 9 in Australia. International Love featuring Chris Brown, was released on November 1, 2011 as the album's fourth single. The song peaked at number 13 on the US Billboard Hot 100, number 3 in Spain, number 6 in France, number 10 in the UK and Canada. Promotional Singles Pause was released on June 7, 2011 as the album's first promotional single. The track was used to promote the Zumba fitness program via a video contest. The song debuted and peaked at number 73 on the US Billboard Hot 100. Shake C Plus or Minus Aura was released on August 11, 2011 as the album's second promotional single. The song peaked at number 69 on the US Billboard Hot 100 and number 33 on the Canadian Hot 100. Other songs Wah Baby featuring Nicola Fasano was released on February 8, 2012. Commercial performance. The album debuted at number 7 on the Billboard 200 with first-week sales of 55,000 copies, becoming Pitbull's highest-charting album in the United States. As of September 2012, the album has sold 477,000 copies in the United States. Track listing, sample credits. Hey Baby contains a sample of Push It by Salt-N-Pepa. Pause contains a sample from Bubble Gutz, as written by Abdessamad Benedlawyad and performed by Abster. Took My Love contains a portion of the composition Gypsy Woman, as written by Neil Conway and Crystal Waters and performed by Crystal Waters. Wah Baby contains a replayed sample from Tombo and July 4th, as written by Eta Moreira. Shake Senora contains portions from Jump in the Line by Harry Belafonte. Charts and certifications. Release history. References. External links, Planet Pit on Spotify, Planet Pit at Metacritic.